Hello. Today I will be interviewing my dad. What is your full name?
Adam Rubin.
Where are you originally from?
I was born in Manhattan, New York City, and I grew up for 18 years outside of Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, and now I live in Detroit.
How was your financial situation when you were younger?
We were comfortable.
And how old were you in 2009?
41.
Do you remember anything about your financial life before the recession hit?
We were comfortable. I have a good job, and which I still have. So I felt we were comfortable and where we should be.
So you had no trouble finding or keeping a job?
No.
How did you discover that our nation was in this economic depression
Well, several ways.
or recession?
It was hard not to know about it because if you paid attention to the news, you would see what was happening all around the country. In addition, I bought a house early on in the as the housing market was going down, and then by the time I sold my house, the market had really plummeted. So I actually found out firsthand about the situation and lost a lot of money on the house.
So why didn't you just keep the house and wait for the recession to be over?
It's a great question. We did rent it for several years, but then we grew tired of renting. And in truth, I didn't know how long it would continue. I didn't know if the housing market would continue to plummet. I thought the situation was very severe and tenuous. And so we decided we would take our hit and get out of there.
Did any of our extended family, experience any troubles during the Great Recession?
Fortunately, no.
Good. So today, what do you believe our nation's greatest economic concern is?
I think there's several. I think making sure that we build the manufacturing sector of our economy and not just be a service-oriented economy. And even bigger than that, I think our national debt is something that's looming large over us and could really be troublesome.
So do you think our new president will be able to help with that?
I have no idea.
Are you hoping?
Sure.
Do you think that recessions or depressions can be prevented?
I think that, throughout time, there's always been a cyclical nature to the economy. I think with good, sound economic policy, you can try to sustain fairly constant economic growth and hopefully not have the big swings.
Did you have any friends that were going through a lot of hardships during this time?
Absolutely. I had friends, particularly friends who were in jobs involved in real estate, that were very stressed, and it was a very uncertain time for them, and had significant financial impact.
Did they end up getting more income eventually and
I think most of them
refueling their
ended up
lives?
recovering as the economy recovered, yeah.
Good. How has the Great Recession changed you? What will you do differently?
I don't know that I would do anything completely differently. I think you have to plan ahead, live well within your means, invest wisely, and diversify. Invest in different things for your future, save wisely. And I certainly learned that you cannot guarantee your house is going to be an investment. So you're going to be very careful about choosing a house that's well within your means, not stretching too much, thinking that you're going to make up for it down the road when you sell the house.
Since you are a doctor, did any patients need a lot of financial help from?
If this was some years ago, there were definitely, I definitely met a lot of patients who were strapped financially, and as a physician, often patients will confide in you about those things. So I'm sure there were worries about paying medical expenses too. One thing that I will say about being a doctor, which I think is good for people to know, is that the nice thing about the profession is it's fairly recession proof. And you're unlikely to lose your job as a physician due to a recession, as people always need health care.
All right. Thank you for letting me interview you.
Pleasure.